Muslim or any other brothers, we always say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you all know, and thank you very much everyone for coming here, and I appreciate the support that we are getting from the media, from the local community, from everywhere. As you all know, there was a call to prayer with a loudspeaker on rooftop on last Friday, and everything went very good because the sound volume was not that loud and the sound was very soft, and even though the sound level is covered up to 1 kilometer, so I think we use 30% of the sound volume just to understand, because today that day was the first day. Everything was fine in the local area. After the just been they posted this call to prayer in the social media, we have received positive, like a negative, and also negative reviews that what we have seen and the comments. Based on that, we thought that we should have a second meeting with all medias to understand what exactly we need to do, whether or not we are doing anything wrong, just to understand also the feelings from the local community. If you have any questions, I would be more than willing to make sure that I'm covering all the information that all of you are interested to know.
So my understanding, today you're not going to be doing it. Do you mind just explaining why?
Yes, 3 days ago, we had a meeting with several, like a masjid, the Islamic associations, and they shared about the issues that they are facing. They're also facing some challenges, and also they told us to think about that issues to avoid any kind of like a future issues, like if we can stop this, because this is not a Muslim country. They just shared their opinion. We also have seen the comments, the interview also from different areas, like from the University of Regina, from the local peoples. That is why we are here to understand like what exactly we should do. Yesterday we had a meeting for like long hours with several police officers, and we come to a decision that today we should give a pause, like, and we would also like to see the comments that we have from the neighbors. What are they thinking about the call to prayer? I know there are also many of us did not like present here to listen the call to prayer, but I think the social media is already spread out. So I think it's okay not to have a call to prayer today, because if everything goes well, then we also would prefer to start the prayer and call to prayer next month.
You talked about issues, like what issues were you talking about with the greater Muslim community? Like what was it that they were telling you about it?
What they are saying is they are not feeling safe as a minority, like a Muslim. That is why they're thinking that we need more dialogue to understand what exactly are the problems that can happen in the future, because the social media negative comments we have received, few of them are actually threats and also are not like very positive. As a Muslim, like we don't feel like comfortable. So based on that, we thought that it's not wise to continue until we know what exactly are we doing.
Can I ask why you're dealing with the police instead of city council? And I mean, the police put out a tweet that was slightly menacing, suggesting if people did the wrong thing, they would be charged with a hate crime. Isn't the dialogue that you say you want, isn't the right way to do that through city council, through a debate, instead of getting it done through the police?
I highly appreciate and I respect what you are saying. I totally agree with you, because if there is any problem like in between us, is first to discuss like together before we inform the police. It is just not like me that I inform police, it's the police they involved because this is an issue, right, for the greater community. It is not me that I involve police first, because the comment that we have received, like from the social media, those are also threats. And when we feel that we also need to contact the police, because this is not the councillor issue, this is the police issue. So obviously, we also believe that Saskatchewan Premier, as well as the city councillors, as well as the city mayor, they also are aware about this. I have received like a phone calls from there are councillors, there are also like opposition leaders, there are many lawyers, there are also neighbors, there are also the who own the building before, the Regina Cancer Society. He also came yesterday. He said that I just stopped by to say hi, and I feel proud that you are you moving into this place, and then you are opening a religious place. And I come here just to say you hi, and if you need anything in the future, I'm with you.
What kind of threats like were you receiving, or were people in the community receiving? Do you have an example?
The example I can share with you, I have received phone calls. I have also received emails that is saying the speaker on the rooftop that they are coming and they are taking it out. So that was the one thread. Another thread, they are saying like they do not understand like what we are saying in Arabic, and they are afraid about this. And so he was very angry at the beginning, and after that I explained him, and I said what exactly you feel the problem is. So they find there are several like ayat like in the Holy Quran that is contradictory with their based on the explanation that they have from the other people. So we discussed on that matter over the phone. He was very angry at the beginning, and after that he calmed down, and then he said, the way you explained it to me, I am not only one person, I'm calling actually on behalf of 50 other people who are with me. So they told me to contact with you to find out what exactly is your planning. Are you doing it for a short time, or you are continuing it for permanently? And then I explained that this is a like call to prayer we have like regularly, like out of country, like mostly any Muslim or non-Muslim countries, like we have a masjid and we have a minaret, and on the minaret we have 4 speakers in 4 directions, and we usually have 5 times a day. And here we are not thinking to do so. Here we would prefer to have only once a week on Friday before noon prayer, like 2 to 3 minutes. And then I explained what the meaning of the call to prayer, and then he said that because we do not understand, that's why we are afraid, and this is on the loudspeaker. And I told him that then that's a good suggestion. We would also prefer then to translate in English, so that for some time at the beginning period, like they are like familiar about what are they listening, and that then they will have understanding that we are not saying anything wrong or against them. So this is what I find the threats are. And there are the other masjid association, they came and they also shared their issues. That is what I also discussed with the polices who came yesterday, and we thought that we need to work together with the police to see like if there is any future issues can arise, like before we start continue the call to prayer.
But was there actually threats? So someone saying you didn't understand and was angry, I don't know if that's a threat.
So the threats, like because they do not understand the meaning of
That's not a
call to prayer. So the threat, they said they are coming to take the mic out. That's one, right? So another, like the call I received the messages, it says to stop, like a call to prayer, and he doesn't want to see that. So what will be the consequences like that? I don't know, because this is the, I think in Canada, this is the first attempt that we have taken that we also would like to continue. So we would like to clear to the community like what are they thinking, because the different community, they have different cultural background. Some of them maybe they do not understand.
Will you have a public consultation? Because I understand that city council felt sort of short-circuited here, that you went a different route, and only now you're talking about consultation.
I went to the city of Regina in person before we have the call to prayer, because I do not know what is the bylaw from the city of
Right,
Regina.
but was there a consultation, like a public consultation, public hearing?
Like a public hearing, because we want to make sure that we follow the rules in Canada, right? So that is the reason, because city of Regina just a step away, and we always keep in touch with them to make sure we are doing everything right. So we understand there will have a loudspeaker, and the call to prayer will have a loud sound. So first I thought to visit a city of Regina. So I went there, and then the lady I spoke with and told me, will that be 5 times a day? Will that be early morning? Will that be at night? And then I clarify all this, that no, it will be only on Friday, 2 to 3 minutes, the noon time. Before the noon prayer, because it depends on the sun position. Then she said, no, it is not a problem then. So you need to go in person to the Regina Police Services, and you talk with them, and they will be able to tell you what to do. I went there. I phoned them first, and I could not reach them. I went there in person, and I explained in the reception area with the officers, this is what we are going to do. And then they said that you have to phone, and there is the application. So who received the phone calls will give you a guide, like what to do, how to apply. There's a permit application. So I just follow the rules. So I fill up the application, I submit it, and the police services, they reviewed, and they give us a decision after 2 to 3 weeks. They said they are giving permit only for 1 month to understand what exactly are happening, because we don't know yet. So after the first call to prayer last Friday, then the call to prayer was fine, but on the social media, the news, the information that we're getting. So this is the reason, like, we are here together to understand what we actually need to do next. And because we didn't have enough time for the public opinion, but this is also the part of the public opinion. That is why we are here to understand and reach the broader community.
Could I ask, what is the meaning of the call to prayer?
The call to prayer is very simple. It's the same as the other, like a religion. They maybe like the Christians, they have the bell, right, ringing. So in our religion, we say it, right? Allahu Akbar, meaning Allah is great, Allah is great. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. So Allah is only one. Allah is none but only one God, right? Who is a God? We say God. And ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, meaning that I bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger, right? Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Meaning come to pray, right? Come for something good. And then it says Allah is great.
And is it sung? Do you sing it, or is it just spoken?
It's kind of like it's not like a sing, but we follow that lyrics. Yeah.
Do you do it here, and then it goes out of the speakers?
Yes.
So will you be doing it every week into a microphone?
Like every Friday,
Nice.
like only for 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
There are some neighbors that they enjoy. There are also lawyers' office just after the YWCA building. They send also email. They said, I talked with the other lawyers, and I feel sorry if you got the negative reviews or feedbacks. So whenever you need or whenever you are available, then we'll be more than willing to come and say hi if anything that you need, right? And also from the local areas, we also, the churches, like there is one church across the road, they send me email And then and there's another churches on the Victoria. They also send me email, so they also feeling sorry for that, and they said that we also would be happy to meet with you. So they are asking when we have a chance to meet together.
Do you have a large community here that will be worshiping at this mosque?
The Regina, this is a downtown area, right? There are many people, there are many Muslim community people, they are working here. We opened at the beginning, like the first when we moved here in 2024 on July 2. At the beginning, for some time, we started the prayer and we have seen 70, 80, 90, 100 people are coming here. So, yeah, because we needed to do the renovation for the school and also for the childcare center on the main floor. So that's why we closed this building until we complete the renovation.
And how much longer until this renovation in here is complete?
We started almost about a year ago. So all the mechanical plumbing, electrical, like everything is completely new, right? It's fully different, different now. So we are expecting to complete it should be by next month because we don't have much left to do.
Can I ask you a question about Christianity in the public square? The Lord's Prayer is no longer said at the beginning of meetings or school. Crosses are being removed from official emblems. So Christianity is being driven from the public square in the name of diversity or tolerance. But your call to prayer says Allah is great, Allah is the only God. So it's bringing Islam into the public square. What do you think about people who might say it's a dominating move? And
You say it?
well,
Come on,
I
man,
think
you
I
can
think a
get
lot
it.
of people think this is the religion in the public square. We've removed Christianity from the public square. Why is Islam coming into the public square?
We are not here like to dominate anything, right, or any public. We are here to follow our religion. So there are other religion also, right? And we have a religion of freedom in Canada, right? We are free to follow our own religion.
But a microphone or an amplification system for 1 kilometer, people who are critics of Islam, skeptics of Islam, who might be apostates of Islam, must listen to your particular prayer. And they have no choice about it. And so you say it's a religion of freedom, but you're imposing the call to prayer on anyone within a 1 kilometer radius.
I highly appreciate the question that you are asking. That is also one of the reason why we paused this Friday, because we also would like the neighbor's opinion about the sound distance, right? So that is what also we are assessing from the local, like the community, to understand like what are they thinking about the volume of the sound. If it is required to reduce the volume, obviously, because we are here like working each other and like helping each other. So if we don't want obviously to bother anybody, so we will assess that to determine the volume of the sound, how far that would be like appropriate from this point. So we are thinking that it should be less than one kilometer, because there in that direction, I think there are offices on that direction, there are residential areas. So we also will visit and check to see what are they thinking, because our priority is the neighbors. So if the neighbors has no problem, we should not have any problem.
What if they're afraid to say they have a problem? I spoke to
No.
a number of people who are worried that they'll be deplatformed or canceled if they criticize Islam.
you didn't.
And of course, I did.
No,
I
you
did
didn't.
streeters outside, and a number of people said they don't want to go on camera criticizing Islam. And the police have said that they'll prosecute people who cross the line. So can you really hear from people who are skeptics if they're afraid of being called racist or Islamophobic, or if they're afraid that all these cops are going to follow through on their threat to prosecute under the hate speech law?
So this is a new issues arised, right? So as I mentioned, the survey, we are not collecting any name, any contact information, right? So it will be anonymous. So anybody who want, like they can participate, they can attend, right? And if anybody they don't like it, I would suggest that we also collect those information, because the call to prayer will not be for only one day, it will be continuous. And also based on this area, so there are also a specific criteria like whom the Regina Police Services they issue permits. So as we feel that it is not bothering anybody here, right? Because it will not be at night time, not early morning. It's only once a week in the noon, like afternoon time. So I don't think this will be a big issue, and that is also the reason. Like we are collecting also the opinion from the neighbors, who also will decide what do they want, and there will not any particular information that we are collecting to identify who attending this survey.
So you're collecting the information now?
Yes, yeah, we are going through from today. We are starting like a printout survey to share to the local community. Yes,
How
and
will
we
the
also
survey-
will share this with the Regina Police Services. We also talked about this with them.
And how will the survey be distributed? Can you just explain what that's gonna look like?
Because we want to focus particularly in the downtown like area, or where we think the sound distance should reach. We would prefer to go like in person to share the flyers. They can send by email, whoever is
Did you-
receiving, or whatever the way they feel, because we also will have our address. They can come and submit it to it.
Did you expect this type of reaction from the community when you guys were looking into doing something like this?
Like obviously, I mean, this is a positive feelings, like from some of the Muslim community, because they heard this the first time, right? Some of them also are not feeling positive because they know that we are Muslim and we want to call to prayer, but this is not a Muslim country, and they also are not feeling comfortable that if we receive like a negative feedback in the social media, because that also affecting the greater Muslim community, right? So like I understand that the other mosque, I don't know they will apply for the same permit or not. Those areas falling mostly under the residential area, right? So I believe that they should not think positively to apply for permit. Here we are applying because we feel it's a downtown area and we are not like bothering anybody. And there are also comments that I have received like by email. Until now, like since last Friday, we have received 38 emails. Like out of that, almost 32 like emails, they're very positive, like from the local areas, right? And then there are also 3 emails, like they said to stop this, and they explain the reason. There are also 3 I have received email that they mention that they don't feel comfortable.
I have a question. I talked to a couple people outside, and their biggest concern was with the noise itself with the loudspeakers. Would you ever consider maybe not broadcasting it over a loudspeaker, but going outside and doing the call to prayer in person?
That is what actually we should do. I mean, thank you very much for bringing this question. So, like since like last 1400 years at the very beginning, that time actually we had the call to prayer from outside of the mosque, and then it speak like loudly, right? So we thought that here like we have 2 options to follow the same, or use a loudspeaker, right? And I think it's more like appropriate based on this environment to use a loud like a speaker, because there is a call to because there is a permit application that we are following.
Do you think once you get all this feedback from the public and everything, and would you maybe come to a conclusion to not continue with it?
Yes, I mean, if we see that for the greater community, like this is like not bringing a positive impact for the Muslim community, then we would also prefer not to continue this, because we also would respect the the greater Muslim community, as well as we also respect the non-Muslims. So we don't know yet until we have the feedback from the neighbors, as well as the discussion we had like 3 days ago from the other masjid. We also will reach the rest of the associations, the Islamic associations, and find out to see what are they thinking. But our first concern is the neighbors, like what do they want, right? And like as I mentioned, like this is just a beginning, so we believe that at the beginning there should have some dialogue, discussion, right? And then if we see that the feedback are positive, above 90-95%, so then the rest we will find out to see what we can do with them, right? Because we cannot make happy everybody, right? So but we also need to find out to see what are the reasons. So if there is any valid reasons that will force us not to continue, then it's okay.
How long will you be taking in feedback for? Is it a few weeks?
Yes, I would say 2 weeks.
Why do you do this just once a day on Friday? I mean, there's prayer every day, so I'm wondering why it's important to do it on one day, but not on Thursday or Wednesday or...
Yes. So it's like for the Muslim religious people, right? We choose on Friday, right? For the Christian, for the Jewish, other religion, like they have their specific day during the Friday, right? Because there are, as per the religion, there are many things happen on Friday. There will also the day of judgment that we think the whole universe will destroy also will be on Friday. Adam alayhi salam, the first the person who also was created in the heaven. So he also was created on Friday. So there are many things happen on Friday. That is why through the Jibril alayhi salam, it was asked to the Prophet like what day we want. So he chose a Friday. Based on that, we are following. Because Saturday, Sunday, they are also the other religious people. They have their own day during the week.
When people hear the call of prayer, are they supposed to come here and pray, or do they pray wherever they are? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so it depends on the sound. Like whoever hear the sound coming from this masjid, so they would prefer to come to pray in this masjid.
Okay.
Because that is their nearest. Yeah.
And how long has this practice been going on in, I guess, Muslim history?
The 1400 years. Yeah, that's a long time.
A while.
Yeah.
Can I ask, so there will be the mosque, and you mentioned that there's a school here. Is there other community space, other community events, will they be going on here?
Thank you very much for this question. In this building, we would have on the second floor, most of the spaces will be used for the Islamic school, which is called like a Regina Islamic School from grade 1 to grade 8. Mostly the main floor will be for the child care center, and we will make sure that we have children from all communities, because we believe in multicultural diversity, and this would be the heart of the downtown. And there was a YWCA, they moved on the west, and there is also an Open Door Society. They have also a childcare center with a limited space. We believe that this will be important for us to focus everything that we can do to help all communities in the heart of the downtown, because there are also many people working in the downtown area. So we would love to work and meet and greet with all different communities.
So for those who
And the
want-
mosque, sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry.
So the mosque will be on the basement, because we did not start developing, renovating yet, because there also has a doors on the main floor and the second floor that will be auto lock. So if the masjid is open, so nobody will have access to come on the main floor inside and the second floor. Yeah.
So for those who do want to offer opinion, how would they do it? Are you going to approach them, or do they have to approach you, or would it be a public meeting, or I'm just kind of curious the mechanics of that.
Can you repeat again?
Oh, for the neighbors who wish to offer input,
Yes.
how will you gather that? Will you approach them? Will there be a public meeting? What do you?
We will reach them first in person, right, to share to share the question that we would like to know from them. And after that, we will have like maybe around 2 weeks time that we will be sharing with the police. But we don't think that we will have enough time also to reach anybody. That's a good question. I think we also would prefer that we have one day that anybody wants to come in person, right? They can also come together if we have a specific day. That also we would prefer to share in the social media very soon. But we don't know exactly when. If we think the feedback from the survey is enough, because we also will know how many feedback that we are receiving. So if that is enough, then okay. If not, then if we think that we need to arrange a program along with all the neighbors we have here, we also would be more than willing to do that.
I have a question. So there's lots of people following blindly what they see online about this. What do you say to them about their following these people blindly and their hatred and all of that?
Yes, that's a very good question, because the problem actually arising, there are many people, they actually don't know what is Islam, right? Because they hear through the media, right, what is happening in Afghanistan, what is happening in Dubai, Qatar, in different countries, right, in Iraq, right? So we are not actually blaming the people who has the negative comment, okay? Because we feel sorry, right? Because for last 1400 years, we could not answer those questions. You know, it's keep happening around the world, but this is Canada, right? So if there is any problem, and if we are not resolving these issues, that is why I would like also a message from the Saskatchewan the Premier, and also from the city mayor, right? Because we have a religion of freedom. So like keeping quiet is not answering what exactly like we want to do. So we also have a children, we also have a generation. We need to end these issues, right? And here, Muslim community also from around the world, they are coming here, right? We also don't want them to be treated like negatively, right? What is in the religion that is more important than what the people are saying, right? So, you know, like we don't expect, you know, to have a positive feedback when they don't have the experience, like the positive experience, right? That is why we need to discuss, meet and greet, right? We encourage also, like the door is open, right? Anytime anybody they want to come, you know, and meet and greet and talk, right? So we can find out what exactly is the problem, what do we need to do to resolve this problem, right? I think that is important, right? Thank you very much for this question, because we also need to reach to the people who have a negative comment. And unfortunately, we don't have the chance to reach them, right? Because we don't know their number, they're in Regina or they're outside of Saskatchewan, we don't know them. So we encourage them, because it also will, inshallah, continue. We also encourage everybody, whoever have any questions, come meet and greet, have a coffee together and share what we have the positive in between us, and share what we can find better and best for the community.
I have more of a comment than a question, but I'm your neighbor directly across the street. We're the oldest place of worship downtown. You'll now be the newest, and so I just wanted to say welcome, and we're glad that you're here, and we're here to work together, and we support fully your presence here, your expression here, and look forward to getting to know you. So thanks for being here, and thanks for having everybody here today.
Thank you very much, and I highly appreciate that we have the opportunity to meet and greet today. And inshallah, we also will visit along with the other members that we have to your place. And we also will see how we can work together and what opportunity that we can bring for our community here.
Can I get you to say and spell your first and last name, and then provide your title, just so we know how to pronounce
My
it?
name is M Anisur Rahaman, and my title, I'm the director of the Regina City Jamia Masjid.
Do you want to just spell your name?
M, and then space, capital A, N, I, S, U, R, and my last name is Rahman, R-A-H-A-M-A-N.
Okay,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.